So I got asked, what did I think about Damien Dash calling out Charlemagne's hood, calling out his manhood? What did I think about that? I thought it was a tacky move. Granted, you know, Charlemagne is whatever he is, and I ain't the biggest Charlemagne fan by no stretch, you know. And they all part of the system, and they all do something strange for the change. But you can't come on there and say something about somebody because you don't like what they're about or what have you to try it because you want them to kind of like, roll with you. Dame Dash need to be cool. How you going out there and say something about somebody when he ain't got no teeth? We seen you on TV, everything, all your windows fell out. And you gonna sit there and say something about Charlemagne. You on that man's show and you came all the way to part your lips and your false teeth to say something about that man when your windows ain't even glued on right. You don't do stuff like that. Real brothers don't do stuff like that. See, and I went there. I can't stand Jay Z, and and because Damon Dash was trying to end why Charlemagne was defending Jay Z, I can't stand him. But to sit there and come all the way on there, and that's all you got. That's all you got, as opposed to saying that but Charlemagne said you broke. So it's like, yeah, you gonna call that man a name, but he said you broke, and wherever Charlemagne is, you still broke. We seen you have an empire. You don't want to be at your lowest trying to diss somebody. But Dame ain't got no tact. He's a tacky turkey. And he done said a lot of stuff and done a lot of things. You know. Now there's on one hand, you think the coffers of the industry ain't trying to touch him. They done sided with Jay-Z. They don't touch him. And you wonder why. Oh, you come on the radio. You're coming on a major platform with a guy that is actually gainfully employed, doing well for himself, no matter what you come down with Charlemagne. And all you can do is question his manhood. That's all you got. That's all you gonna do. You know. Never mind, whatever you think or you thought. There's ways that you say things. You gotta say, well, I do think, I wonder about why you so quick to defend this guy because I went through this and that. And if you explain yourself, but you're gonna come out there and just question his hood, you just gonna sit there and say that. That's all you got, Dame. And then you wonder why people don't touch and mess with you. Cause you a pseudo studio thug. You a pseudo studio jive turkey who's stuck in a time warp. And you've been lying and you lose all your what you had. You that dude that sat there and everybody just came and got your boat. They took your fishing pole if you fish. They took your bait if you had bait. They took your donut. They took your life support jacket. They took your paddles. You just sitting there in the boat and that boat is sinking. And you just too dumb just to like fall back and try to parlay and don't embarrass yourself. But you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself because you still in fairy tale land. Jay-Z left you behind. And I think it's unfortunate, especially black folk who get in the business and then you supposed to be partners and then the cat act like he don't know you. But that's how Jigga's getting his karma though. Don't worry about that. But you, and I'm not even defending Charlemagne for anybody think I'm not defending Charlemagne because I don't really think much of any of them. They all plantation on the field to say what they say. Dame is still trying to play this old role like it's 1995 or 2005. Your pockets ain't like that, and you need to get your mind sight together, brother. That was just not cool to sit there and question that cat's manhood, especially when he could just clap on you and say you ain't got no money, and says if you bite on something, all your windows gonna come out here on this floor because you ain't got no real teeth. Turkey be tripping. But you let me know what you think about that. Damon don't change. Turkey still ain't got it. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm all the time. Peace.